Namaste, greetings and blessings, and welcome to the Center for Spiritually Integrated Arts. This is our Sunday message, and I am Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson, the founder and spiritual director of this center. And I invite you to watch not only this Sunday message, but any of our archived messages. I invite you to join any classes or events that we have going on. I invite you to reach out and email if you have any questions. Questions about this community, questions about me, questions about what we do, or questions about this science of mind and spirit, liberation theology that we practice and teach. And if by chance you find yourself seeking beloved community with other like-minded beings, even if you already belong, are a member of another community, church, or center, you are more than free to have multiple affiliations wherever you are fed and find community. You are invited. And lastly, feel free to click like, subscribe, and share this or any other message or announcements with others in your circle. And with that, much appreciation, love, and blessings. Enjoy the message. You said what? The purpose that surpasses all. That's what we're talking about today? You said you said I'm already on. What? No. Hello and greetings. Yes, it's going to be that kind of a day. September. What's today? The 14th? Oh, that means I'm in Vegas. What happens in Vegas? Today, yes, we are talking about the purpose that surpasses all. Living a life of transcendent purpose is meaningful beyond measure simply because we tap into the divine purpose. And that surpasses all by rising higher and growing deeper. More about that to come soon. We expand our conscious awareness and know the truth is made manifest now. Sounds great and all, but if I ask you what this means or how do you do it, what's your response? Are you doing it already? If so, can you explain? Like, what are you doing? And if you're doing it already, what's the evidence? How do you know? So, if you're ready, let us explore further. Purpose, but not simply purpose, transcendent purpose. It is not what you do, it is what you are. Breathe that in. Your purpose isn't what you do. Transcendent purpose isn't what you do, it's what you are. There is not one big cosmic meaning for all. There is only the meaning we each give to our life. An individual meaning, an individual plot, like an individual novel, a book for each person. You have your own book because you have your own individualized expression of the divine. So, no, I did not just go backwards. I actually went forwards because I want to focus on tap into. I told you we were going to have more. Tap into. If it's already what I am, how am I tapping into it? Like breathing. Are you tapping into air? Or are you simply immersed in it and breathing? Are you tapping into gravity? Or are you already immersed in it, inescapable per se from it? Rising higher and growing deeper. If it's already what you are, where is there to go? Same as expand. How do you, we'll take me as an example. As a Black man, how do I rise higher and grow deeper in my Blackness? My Blackness doesn't change. My awareness of certain things like heritage, ancestry, DNA connection to Africa, those things may change my awareness. And as my awareness changes, I may do things differently. I may use different words for things such as God. I may say Oludumare instead of God because I'm connecting more to African heritage, African cosmology. but I can't rise higher or grow deeper in my blackness or my maleness or my gayness. It simply is what I am. Same with expand, etc. So even though we're using a lot of this stuff for linguistic convenience, just be mindful that what we're saying is you're already it. So, what does it mean to tap into your divine purpose? How do you tap into your divine purpose? And it's funny because as I was creating the slide, I'm gonna sip some coffee. As I was creating the slide, tap in just reminded me of like when you're wrestling and you're waiting, on the ropes for your partner to tap you in so y'all can switch and the new person gets in the ring. That's what it made me think of. I don't know why I just shared that with you. It was just funny to me how words can mean different things at different times. Don't judge me. So, what does it mean to tap in and how do you tap in? Could it mean simply recognizing that you already are it? You're already it. So let's look at the question a little bit differently. What does it mean to tap into you? To tap into yourself, right? Now keep in mind, pause for a second and follow this train of thought with me for a moment. Suppose I'm living a life of victim consciousness. Oh, woe is me. It's everyone else's fault. It's not, the reason I'm this is because of that and that and this and that and Murphy's law. And if the only luck I bad luck. 13. I was born on a 13th day of a 13th month at the 13th hour. I'm more unlucky than Wednesday Adams. Okay, I got you. Okay, but am I still me? And when I shift from this or codependency or whatever this is, when I shift from that to more authentic living, am I not still me? I'm still me. But based upon my awareness, based upon my mental equivalence, it determines to what degree I am expressing myself. I'm expressing myself fully, victim, codependent, narcissistic, whatever that is. I'm doing it. I'm committed fully to it for whatever reason. I'm committed fully to it. And when I switch, authenticity, transparency, compassion, because I'm still me, I'm fully committed to it. Follow where we're going? So even when there's addiction, in the midst of the addiction, I'm still fully committed. We say things like, at any given moment, everyone is doing the best they can do. And if the best they can do is whatever that is, that's in the present moment, that's their best. Because if they could do better, they would do better. If they knew better, right? So the general premise. So the more our awareness of truth is embodied, the more we shift and change how we show up in this world. So, how do you tap into you? How do you tap into yourself? How do you become more aware of who and what you are? What does it mean to rise higher and grow deeper into yourself? Once again, it's more about awareness. How do you rise higher and deeper into yourself? So, yes, when we talk about things like being grounded, being centered, we're talking about certain practices that bring us back to the space of remember. Remember who I am, remember what I am, and move from that space. But I haven't changed. My awareness in that moment has changed. Just like if there's ice on the ground and I go outside and I lose my balance and slip and fall, am I, me, the being, am I off balance? Or is the body in that situation, because it's affected by gravity, is it off balance? Because I, the being, the I am that I am, can still be on balance and still be centered and still be grounded, even in the midst of a physical fall down, even in the midst of a physical, emotional trauma, even in the midst of the external that may even impact some of the internal. I can still be grounded and centered in the truth of who and what I am, even in the midst of. And for the sake of conversation, let's suppose in the midst of it, I get hornswoggled into, oh my goodness, wait. They diagnosed, wait. The doctor said, wait. Oh, hmm. And in that moment, I go through it. The waves are crashing. The grief is in the midst of, oh man, oh, oof. But am I not still me? Have I somehow become less God, less divine? No, I'm still 100% that which God is, that which the divine is. So, once again, our invitation is the awareness that we bring to. So, what does it mean to expand your conscious awareness and know the truth is made manifest now? And we're not really expanding our awareness, simply what does it mean to be consciously aware? What are the practices that put you in the space of being consciously aware, where you know the truth of who and what you are, moment by moment, day by day, breath by breath? How do you, whatever your practice is, how do you do you? Breathe. To be what we are and to become what we are capable of becoming is the only end of life. To be what we are and to become what we are capable of becoming is the only end of life. That is the purpose, according to Robert. To be what we are and to become what we are capable of becoming. Therein lies what life is all about. Joseph says, life has no meaning. Each of us has meaning, and we bring that meaning to life. It is a waste of time, effort, and energy to go through asking the questions when you are the answer. He didn't say you have the answer. You are it. Breathe. So let's explore. Let's remix this. But we're going to do it via some symbolism. So if I were to ask you, or if she asks you, if she asks, Sandy, thank you. What do these images mean to you? When you look at these, what comes to your mind? Do you see Oh, it's the alphabet. Red letters, yellow background in a diamond shape. Is that what you see? Is that what these images mean to you? Does anyone in particular mean something else to you? What about now? Did you notice that one in the mix? You didn't? Come on. What about now? Oh, you got it now. So, yes, but what does this mean? And why does it mean what it means? Even when the image is slightly altered, does it not have a different connotation or meaning? Even as it has morphed and changed over the years, is there a meaning behind or intertwined within the symbol because of who wears the symbol? Is there a meaning that is conveyed by way of we bring meaning to this? And certain people bring a variety of different meanings. For some, it's the Christopher Reeve Superman and his symbol and his uniform costume that means something, not the others. For some, it's the Ben Affleck Batman and not the others, which would boggle my mind if that was the case. But nonetheless, we bring certain meaning even to symbols that have certain meaning. What about these symbols? Do any of these mean anything to you in particular? What about, look familiar? You see that anywhere on the screen? But do you know what the symbol? Because the symbol, as we may know it, live long and prosper, has a meaning that is not the same meaning as it comes from the Jewish cosmology. We give meaning to the various symbols and things in life. So, our remix, life has no inherent meaning. Each of us has meaning, and we bring meaning to life. It is a waste of time and energy to be asking questions about seeking when you are the answer. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and then go do that. Because what the world needs is people who come alive. So, what makes you come alive? Huh? What? Yeah. Oh, yes. Good point. The ikigai. Yes. Okay. I hear you. So, specifically, if you remember from last week, one of the questions was what the world needs. Howard Thurman is saying, don't ask what the world needs. Let's go back for a second. Don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive. So, even regarding the ikigai, maybe you start with, well, what does the world need? Okay, that's what the world needs. But within that, what makes me come alive? Is there something that the world needs that also makes me come alive? So, what makes you come alive? Do you know? Is it one thing? Is it 50 things? Is it several things? Anybody remember this movie? There's a movie that this is a scene from. Anybody remember this? Anybody know what this is from? Put it in the chat. I'm not going to be able to see it right away because I'm in Vegas right now, but I'm going to see it when I get back. Okay, and now, So this young woman who is doing complicated math grows up to be, in the movie, this woman doing even more complicated math as she is working on how to send men to the moon. And yes, this is a reverse image. Yes, it's written in, because it was the, anyhow, stop. Anyhow, the movie Hidden Figures, which focuses on the particular contributions of three African American women in mathematics and science working for NASA. But the key thing I am pointing out to you is the real life women, mathematics and science is what brought them alive. And what brought them alive is how they were able to contribute to what the world needed to change the course of history, to change the course of NASA, space travel, and beyond. What brings you alive? What makes you come alive? We spend so much time, effort, and energy attempting to be someone or something else because we deem their grass to be greener in one way or another. And yet, God being 100% what it is, as the omnipresence-ness, let that sink in, as the omnipresence-ness that it is. If God is all there is no where for God to be. That's like saying, where am I in I? Where am I in me? There is no where. Oh, my right hand, that's what I am. No, you're not. Even when we say, for those that you are your mind, well, so that means I'm in my head. No, all of this is me. There's no spot where Ray is not. Same concept. When we grasp the wealth of this truth, we are freer to live, move, and be with a newfound peace, power, and joy, because we no longer strive to validate our reason for being. We simply are. Om Tat Sat. I am that. I am the infinite. I am the eternal. I am the all. I am that. Breathe. So, once again, let me ask the question. What makes you come alive? What brings magic into your life? What is your full-bodied yes? What makes you say, oh my God? What is your wow? What brings you joy? What is that for you? Are you doing whatever the answer is? Are you doing it? Are you ensuring that every day of your life, some form of what makes you come alive is part of your day, every day? The purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experience. A couple of weeks ago, Tracy made a comment. A neighbor invited her to go to the Czech Republic with her when she goes whenever it is. I don't remember when it is. And Tracy and I were sitting at the table eating breakfast. And Tracy made a comment and said, like, I don't know anything about the Czech Republic. Like, why would I go? And then whatever I said, it was basically to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experiences by traveling the world, seeing new cultures, tasting new foods and drinks, and learning the history of the people and the place. That is the purpose of life, to live it. To live it. How many of you remember this young woman and the impact she made as she spoke her poem at the inauguration? I encourage you to go re-listen to it on YouTube because there's a different energy. I was going to read a portion of it, but we're not going to. I would rather you hear it in her voice as she expresses it. In fact, I may have a signed version. Because I know I did a sign language version to it. But if I'm sure someone else has as well, probably someone with more skills than me. But I invite you to go listen to it and or watch it and put yourself in the space and the energy of what it means. What is she sharing with us? If we're to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in the bridges, but in all the bridges we've made. That is the promise to glade the hill we climb if only we dare. Are we daring to climb the hill that creates a world that works for all by way of living a transcendent purpose that recognizes and acknowledges you are it? What do you see? According to Professor, she wants to know what is their purpose and what is their meaning? Why is a rose a rose? Excuse me, Rose. Is that your name? It doesn't matter. That's what I'm gonna call you. Rose. Why are you red? Why you smell like that? What's the reason for that? Ow, you stuck me. Why you got thorns? What is their purpose? Oh, to simply be. What is their meaning? To be. We give meaning to them when we say, give a dozen roses on Valentine's Day. A rose is a symbol of love. A red rose is, and a white rose is, and a we. The rose didn't say, excuse me, I'm a red rose and I symbolize love. And I'm a white rose and I symbolize, I'm a yellow rose and I. The rose didn't. I'm glad you like my little puppet show. Thank you. The rose didn't determine that. We gave it that meaning. Their purpose and their meaning: to live, to be, to exist. I think it pisses God off if you walk by the color purple in a field somewhere and don't notice it. People think pleasing God is all God cares about, but any fool living in the world can see it always trying to please us back. I'm going to let that sit in for a moment, because then Seeley says, You saying it just want to be loved like it say in the Bible? Yes, Seely. Everything wanna be loved. So let's explore a remix with this. Everything want to be loved. So rather than going with the, I think it pissed God off, because that sort of anthropomorphizes, we dismiss the divine when we fail to notice the beauty, the abundance, and the wonder of God. And doing so is to withhold our love of it and as it. And that is a great tragedy in life. This is one reason why we don't say things like, I don't see color. Excuse me? So you can't tell that these flowers are purple? No, I can, of course they're purple. And those roses are red. You just said you don't see color. Only when it comes to you black people. I know you didn't. Ah, okay. We dismiss the divine when we fail or refuse to notice all of the ways it shows up as color, as sounds, as tastes, as experiences, as all of the grand beauty and wonder that it is. When we dismiss it, it is to dishonor the love that it is, the love that we are, and that is a tragedy. Because we have been given access to, and we are choosing for a variety of reasons, which could be due to ignorance, simply not knowing, but we are not partaking fully in that which life is. A life of short duration could be so rich in joy and love that it could contain more meaning than a life lasting 80 years. A short life that is rich in joy and love could contain more meaning, more transcendent purpose than a life of someone who has 80 years. So, what is our invitation? Carpe diem. Seize the day. Live life to its full now. The butterfly counts not months, but moments, and has time enough. Do you count not months, not hours? Gotta get somewhere, gotta be somewhere, got stuff to do. Do you count moments? 525,600 moments. These are the ways we measure seasons of love. How are you ensuring that your moments are full of magic and love and wonder? What is a fear of living? It's being preeminently afraid of dying. It is not doing what you came here to do out of timidity and spinelessness. Dr. Maya went all in. The antidote is to take full responsibility for yourself, for the time you take up and the space that you occupy. If you don't know what you're here to do, then just do some good. I don't know what I'm here to do. I don't know, like I don't know what. Then just do something. Go to a soup kitchen, feed people, work at a food pantry, volunteer here. Do some good and allow that way of being who you truly are, because you may not know initially what makes me come alive. I don't know right now. It took me many years to figure out, to a certain degree, what makes me come alive. And part of it was this fear was holding me captive. Do what you can with what you have where you are, right? Do some good. Do what you can with what you have where you are. Because many people think they are unable to do anything based upon these words from Roosevelt. And that thought is incorrect, because everyone can. Do what you can. Be a beneficial presence on the earth. Love, be kind, serve, support, and care for the planet and all on it in whatever way that shows up for you. But do that with what you have. You have your mind, you have your heart, you have your body, you have your talents, your skills, you have your voice, you have your power, you have your passion, and you have your spiritual practices. So you have a lot. Where you are, whether that be work, home, the store, walking down the street, serving or sitting in a courtroom, working or serving or being locked up in prison, in a hospital, wherever you are is where you are. Do what you can with what you have. Breathe. The Science of Mind and Spirit 4.0 gives us the means to transcend the mental equivalence of the collective consciousness. And as I transcend the collective ideologies and falsities, I am able to more fully be precisely who and what I am, as the universe incarnating itself as me. This liberating truth grants me the means, simply by being it, to transform and heal the world, because my being informs my doing. And by being God, do what God does. I create, I love, I live, I laugh. I am ever expressing all of what I am. Living in this way is what will provide us with the means to manifest a world that works for all. This week's affirmation, our declaration, I will say it first, and if it resonates with you, I invite you to say it with me the second time. I live purposefully, on purpose, with purpose, and as a result, my service to life transforms the planet. Together, I live purposefully, on purpose, with purpose, and as a result, my service to life transforms the planet. And so it is. This week's Thursday night study group questions, or your own personal journal questions. Number 1, what does it look like for me to live purposefully, on purpose, with purpose? We just said it. Number 2, what makes me come alive, as Howard Thurman remarked? Number 3, how can my bliss the things that make me come alive change the world? How can my wonderment change the world? How can anything that I do, anything that I am, how can that change the world? Regarding the quote by Roosevelt, what can I do? What do I have? Where am I? Number 5, after watching Amanda Gorman deliver her poem, The Hill We Climb, what thoughts and what feelings came up? And how does her poem tie into a world that works for all? And lastly, what am I choosing to be the meaning and purpose of life in general and my life specifically? How am I living that meaning and that purpose? Breathe. Our practice this week. Explain to someone and discuss your top 3 takeaways from today's message. What are 3 things that particularly stood out for you? Explain them to someone. Discuss them with someone. That's all. And so we enter into that space of infinite knowing and infinite awareness where we simply recognize the all that is right where we are, recognizing that because it is all there is no where for it to be. It simply is. But in this relative field of 3 dimensions where right now I am sitting in my office, which is in the basement, which is in this house, which is in the city, state, region of the country, continent, etc. I understand the where and the space and location. But I also both and understand and recognize that there is nowhere that I could ever go or be that God isn't. There is nowhere that I could ever go or be that the power, the wisdom, the infiniteness of the absolute, it's not there. Well, it's not there. Well, there's a little bit that it is in full because it is all. Full stop. It is all. So I breathe, recognizing that all of what it is present right where I am. I need not go anywhere internally or externally to realize what that means. Om Tat Sat, I am that which it is, period. And what is true for me is true for all of us, true for everything. That which God is. And all that is true of it is true of all that is. So the infinite wisdom, all that is. Love, all that is. Creativity, imagination, wonder, all that is. And it is by my choosing, in the same way that I choose when to come into my office and sit down and record a Sunday message. But the access to doing so is always there. I choose when to go into the art studio and draw or paint. But the ability to do so is always there. Realizing and recognizing the fullness of God, always there. And I choose. Just like my name is always there, tip of my tongue. At any moment, I can say Raymond. At any moment, I can say my birth date. At any moment, I could say where I was born. It's there. And I choose when to speak it. I choose when to acknowledge it, but it is always there. And I choose when to acknowledge, when to speak it, when to honor it in variety of ways for specific purposes, like a birthday, introductions, but it is always there, always present in, through, and as me, in, through, and as we. God is. And so we breathe and simply understand that that is our purpose, to be what it is right now, to acknowledge that our beingness is it right now, and then to embody it, to live it, to express it, to serve, to change and transform the world by doing what we can with what we have, wherever we are. A world that works for all is inevitable. Breathe. And so it is. And so it is. Much love, appreciation, and blessings. See you during the week or right here next week, Sunday. Same bat time, same Black Panther time, same Black Panther station. Love you.